saw just raining outside.
Yeah, it's autumn. Summer is over, so now it's a kind of a new season for like lots of things. And it's interesting that for me, the new year starts always in September. Like like somehow it's not anymore like the calendar year. It's when the summer is over and you're ready for the new season.
Anya, it's very nice to see you here again, because I think we didn't talk more than 2 weeks.
Probably, yeah. It's been very busy 2 weeks for me and for you. And I'm wondering, you tell me more. What was happening? What did you do? Where have you been? So what has changed in your life for the last 2 weeks?
Anya, a lot of new things, a lot of activities, a lot of new experiences.
That's great.
And always going well, going well, Anya. But I had some nice meetings and nice experience during these 2 weeks that just expand me and opened new me for myself, if I can say that. And
so
everything is good, Anya. I have some invitations to make online course and
that's great.
long-term educational course for business school and for psychological institute here in Moscow.
Congratulations!
And now I'm preparing some presentations, some information to teach.
Wow.
And it's good experience. And a lot of it's very often for me, and I just want to ask your opinion about that, Anya.
Okay.
Some people say, like, invite me to communicate and to be business partner, for example. And I want to do that.
Right.
But I don't really know how to do this, because it's new business and that's new experience. And I say yes consciously. And I say yes, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
But something unconsciously, I don't know what, say, oh, maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you should focus on what's similar to you, what you already know how to do this. Maybe you should do something else. But I feel that I want, and that's good opportunity for me to grow personally, to build financial stream and financial assets. But something inside block me. I don't know how to say that, but Anya, but it's very, very often in my life. It's not only for business, in personal life as well. Some people say, yeah, I want to communicate, I want to be partner with you.
Yeah.
But unconsciously, subconsciously, I go away from that, that opportunity. And I don't really know how to overcome this, but I already see this, and I already know that's I have. That's probably improvement already happening inside, because I already see that. Because before that, I even didn't see that. I said, oh, maybe I'm okay. But I understand that it's not okay. But what do you think?
Well, from everything that you just told me, I think it's a great. All the things that are coming into your life, you have to be grateful in the first place that you're even offered to participate. Then just thank universe for sending you at your direction all this amazing new people and things, because you really don't know what will come out of it. And I think with the same one happens for me, and I have lots of offers and lots of things to do and to participate in. I have to kind of really go back to my own personal goals and to check and compare, does it really fit? Is it really helping me to get closer and really like pushing me in the right direction or pushing me in the wrong direction? Because not all opportunities were created equal, you know? And if people want to spend more time with you, I mean that they want to work with you or do something, that means you have a value. You clearly are of some kind of importance. They want to participate in like get some out of your success or your I would say like you're like, according to your Facebook, you're like a celebrity in Moscow. You're everywhere and you do have an interesting and exciting life, and this is great. Just you have to make sure what do you want to do next in your life, and to have very clear goals.
Oh, that's very important, Anya. Yes, maybe because of that, because right now I think, oh, maybe I should do this, should that, and
exactly.
Clear goals.
Yeah, when you say yes to something, you're really making their goals like come true, because they clearly are very determined, and you need your help, or just get some out of your energy. Unfortunately, what we do have is that's our greatest resources is not even the money, it's our energy. It's not even the time. Time is very important because you cannot be doing two things at the same time. So if you're involved in some kind of activity, then you cannot be doing something that you would rather be doing. But energy, if you feel drained, tired, uninspired to do something, that means that you need to restore your energy and to kind of push it in the right direction. Because to accomplish anything in life, you need, of course, you need energy. Time, you need determination, and if it's not enough, if you're tired, distracted, if you are really doing something that you would rather not be doing, then you will stop and then you will give up, because many people do. They start great with like huge enthusiasm, but they're not able to really kind of finish it and get results that they really want. So I think it's for every person in the world. It's so important to kind of write down with a pen and a paper what they want out of life. First, their dreams, and then kind of, you know, like this first, what I did once, and it really helped me. First, you just write down all your dreams, like everything that's in your head, in your mind, whatever you possibly want. If it sounds crazy, that didn't really stop me. And then you kind of try to separate and make two lists out of one to pick more realistic, unrealistic goals. Because to walk on the water like Jesus Christ is not really realistic, no matter how much you wanted it, no matter how much fun it might be. But you have to realize that it's something that is real and it's quite possible to accomplish, and something you just have to kind of don't even waste your time. And then with the goals that are kind of more realistic, that work towards your life, you have to like separate them into lists also. Something that are short-term goals and something that are long-term goals. Something that you want to be like in 5 years, and something that you want to be until the end of the year. And somehow I like the number 5 years because somehow it's kind of feels right to me. Maybe everybody's different, but I think 10 years, I say what we will be. We really don't know. The world. Okay. The world may change in 10 years. Well, we don't know if we will be even living that time. But 5 years, it's kind of, so you still have time if you work hard. And it somehow, it feels that you can do so much, you can accomplish so much in that time. So and then every maybe month, 6 months, you have to like check and double check and make corrections of these goals. So when it is a big like date, like new season starts, new year, your birthday or something, then I think it's good idea to get your goals, and maybe some of that they just stop being exciting and you kind of like cross it off. No, I don't want this anymore. This is not worth it. This is that's not really my goal. And if you want the same thing, you have this constant idea of achieving the same thing, then this is the direction that you have to go towards. I believe this is how it works. I think it worked for me, but
Anya,
it's different. Yes.
Yeah, and my next question will be, before that I'm going to say that you're very, very elegant and fashionable, beautiful as always, inside and outside. That's amazing. That's
Thank
amazing,
you.
Anya. I just yes, appreciate you so much, Anya. And how did you find your goal? How did you find your passion? How did you find your mission in life? How do you use your time so wisely every single minute? You know exactly where you're going. You know exactly what you're going to do next, tomorrow, after tomorrow. Your 5 years plan, your a year plan, and so on, so on. How did you find this, and how do you motivate yourself to do all of this?
It's very interesting because when you try to like, when you find it, it means that you lose it, and then you're trying to like look for it and search for it, and then I think it's sometimes it's if you want to find something, if your goal is to find, then maybe you will be spending all your life looking for it and looking for it and looking for it. I think it's more about creating that. I think that could be probably more appropriate, the right word for that. And I think it's something that you really don't know at first if you're going the right direction. The only way to know is to do something that feels right, and then look back, and then that's how you know if that was the way, if you're going there, like a check marks. And I think if you change your surrounding of people that are around you, they're the source of great inspiration. You know, you kind of start spending more time with people that truly inspire you, that are better than you in something. Because you know, it feels so comfortable and so good to be the smartest, the most attractive, to be so successful among people who are really not there yet, and they admire you and they look with like admiration. And when you meet people, and when I meet people in New York especially, there's so many of them who are so much more accomplished than me, more successful. They've done something so incredible, and I'm like, wow, it's kind of, I have to really confess to myself, yes, I could, that's what I could do, but I haven't done that. So that inspires more than anything, to see how other people are doing that. You know, learn from.
Do you remember the exact date or day that you created this, or it's just a long-term period you just went to this?
I don't know. I think when it's you just have to be honest with yourself at certain time of your life and not compromise, and just know what you're capable of, and then the next question or the next issue comes so automatically, so easily, like why you're not doing this. Because you like yourself. It starts with a very healthy, very good relationship with yourself, because you want to be successful and happy, not because you have to, not because everybody was expecting you to, not because you want to please other people or prove something. It's because you love yourself. You're in a very good relationship with your own mind and body and soul, and then you just respect yourself. Like, you know, when you want to be in good shape, you do good sport. It's not because you have to, is there any obligation, but because you want to look good, You want to feel this energy in your body that you need to use for something, and then I go to gym, I exercise every day, and really well, for me it is important, like my lifestyle, what I eat, what I do in life to be in that state of peak energy. That's how it all starts. It has to be healthy, and it has to be fulfilling, it has to feel good. And I think that we were talking about the success and accomplishment, they're very different than happiness and fulfillment. Because we were talking with you in messages about success, like in terms of money, and they're also two different things. Because you can be successful, you can be accomplished, you can feel good, and even though sometimes you're really not making as much money as you could, you get more from this world. Like, you get so much more satisfaction and happiness and excitement and energy. Then you just realize, wow, I've been living such a great life. And you have enough of everything you possibly want and more. And it's interesting when you develop this mentality, money usually somehow come into your life. Somehow the world is giving you something as a reward for giving something to this world. Does it make sense? Like, you just don't have to expect, but you have to give more. So that's their relationship between their work and success and money, if we're talking about this. But first of all, the top priority is your happiness, how happy you are. Because it's really true that maybe there are people in Moscow and in New York, in big cities or small cities, they do have a lot of money. The people think this is happiness and success, and a lot of people who are not there yet, they just somehow think, oh, if only I had this much money, then I couldn't think about anything else. That's all what I possibly want in life. But then this is really not true. Because,
Anya, and recently, like 10 minutes ago, you mentioned people, and you're a very people-oriented person. You're very open-minded, and you always learn from people and from your experiences. And how many people you communicate during your usual week, and how do you choose what event you're going to visit to go there, and what's invitation you won't say no, I don't go there, and I don't want to meet that people. Do you have a choice, or you just, and how many events and people you suppose your real role models in your life?
Well, it's a great question, because I think it's very true, especially in New York. In Moscow, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Because knowing the people that are accomplished, and being good friends with them can get you anywhere. Like, you really, any question, any problem, any situation that you are in life, you know that you can call someone, just have a number, and you know for sure that you will get anything you possibly need. Advice, help, support, anything. Which is very good. But what about the events? There's just so many of them. And it used to be different. First, for me, it was about not maybe sometimes the quality, but it was about the quantity, and I didn't know any better. I was attending things that New York had to offer, and this was great to meet amazing people. But then, at some point, it did change, because I realized that it's so tiring, it's so difficult to constantly meet new people and introduce yourself and do it all over again. And kind of when you just start a friendship with someone or business relationship, it takes a lot of energy, because you have to invest, you have to spend time in saying something to them that you already, that your friends know. But then you kind of make your self-presentation. which is not always very productive. It is tiring. But at the same time, you have to be ready for this, because you never know what kind of person you meet. And it's also good to change, like every now and then, your list of close friends, it changes. Somehow you meet new people, and somehow the people that you used to spend a lot of time together, kind of, you stop talking. It's interesting that you kind of stop getting things in common. You kind of, it's interesting that to the course of your life, you're a different person, and you're maybe because maybe many people, new people are around you, or maybe you make this choice. Kind of. I think the best criteria is it's like you. It's kind of it's the energy that resonates. You're feeling that you're not only getting something, but you're also giving something. This is really good combination when both people have some kind of value, and this value is different, and you can exchange that.
And what kind of giving you can share? What can you share? Your energy, your support, or your contacts, your what can we give to others?
I think it really depends, because you cannot just give something that people don't need. I think it's more important to really make sure what their goals, and if they even need anything from me, because many times it seems it's like really not a good idea to kind of push your like services or to teach other people, because some people, they're just really don't, they want to enjoy life, they don't want to improve their life, or like everything that we're talking about, it's not for them, and it is perfectly okay. Sometimes I just I meet the person, and if they need something, they call me, and I'm very happy to offer them the people that I know, my contacts, my time and energy and advice. So I'm always there, and I know what I can offer in any different situation, but it's not what I would be just like telling them that they should do. I think it's not a good idea to teach someone, because it kind of puts you in the position that you are superior, and I believe that everybody is equal, and then no person, like I'm not better than anyone else, and I'm not like a guru that I want to make people like do something to improve their life. They better know it's their life, their responsibility. I just want to be happy. And my own life at the moment is so much more interesting for me. There's so much more, when we are talking, and I just realize, despite when you start changing your life, there's so much more to do than what you already done. Like, wow, I can be just so happy. Like, it's a gift to myself to say no when I'm invited to some events, a concert, and I'm just like, no, unfortunately, I have other, like what we say in New York, I have other commitments, I have previous things, I have to be somewhere else, and I stay home, or I do yoga, I go to the gym, I do really do something very good for myself, read a book. And I think it's such a luxury, especially the book that is made of paper, the real one, when you're not electronics. It's amazing. Sometimes it feels good to like clean your apartment and be alone, because no matter if you are in a great relationship.
About books, I have some books from publisher to make essay. How can I say?
Review.
Review,
Yeah.
review.
Wow. No, it's
Anya,
very cool.
sorry for interruption.
Yeah,
Yes,
I have
please.
this book that just arrived, in mail. So I think I have all this, like I haven't opened it yet, but I always, there's a book that I don't really buy them in bookstore, but you can go to Amazon, and I do believe I buy books that are already been used, like secondhand books, which are very better for the environment, better for the planet. So I like to read a lot, and this is great. This is it changed my life when I really started reading and when I put so much time in that. So about the events, but something that, well, you kind of already know what kind of people will be there. If it's inspiring for me, then I would go. But I never really stay there long. That sometimes the event, they start it's early, like at 6 o'clock, and they go all night. Sometimes I come late, but when if there's alcohol involved, and people already been drinking, so I don't really need to do that. So I come, I say hello, I say that's what I need to exchange the cards, and then I leave to continue. If a person is interesting, then I will write them the next day. We'll meet for coffee and we talk, because in a lot of events in the evening it's difficult to communicate because it's loud music, it's a crowd, so it's not really productive, and it's tiring. When you sometimes, it's like work, and it shouldn't be this way. It should be happy, healthy, productive, and inspiring. It shouldn't feel like you are constantly going to a job, but you have to put an effort to dress up, make presentation, impress somebody. It's not really worth it for me. You have to really enjoy being at the moment. And if this event, or this is the meeting or something that you're attending, again, if it correlates, it really resonates with your life goals, then for sure it's worth spending time. And sometimes it's just distraction. Yeah.
Anya, and life goals, and I think you always live by your values. You know exactly what's your values, to read, to improve your physical state and state of mind.
True.
And we all people, Anya. We sometimes we are tired, we are upset, but we have good states of minds, like gratitude, love.
True.
And what's your the most usual state of mind? How can I say? What do you feel the most of your day? Are you grateful? Are you? I think you understand my question.
Well, my first reaction when we started talking would be like joy. I feel so joyful. It might be right, but honestly, I think it's not really right to really be happy all the time. Be honest with yourself, because this is kind of really not right. We are human beings, so we are all living, breathing people, and we have different state of mind. It changes, of course. It's really strange when it's everything you're get under the rain, it's wet, you're feeling very uncomfortable, and it's kind of difficult to experience joy. But more, I would say you're satisfied and you're just grateful for the experience, and it feels kind of good. Not always be happy and smiling, but feel good inside. I think that would be probably more important. To kind of knowing that everything happens for the reason, accepting everything, and don't try to argue with the world. Because sometimes the universe, God, whoever it is there, greater power, sends us experiences, sends us lesson, and this lesson, they come in the form of other people. Sometimes you have to learn how to deal with this, and you have to discover some power within you. And it's not always easy, because if you don't if you haven't learned the lesson, if you failed the exam that the life brought you, then it will be repeated and repeated and repeated, and you will be like stuck in this negative situation. So you have to sometimes like get together, like pull yourself together, and develop a strategy and to deal with a difficult situation. We all have that. We all, it happens with our job, finances, other people, arguments, conflicts, losses. Like everything, it's normal that these things they do happen in our life. It's totally normal that what we experience, and you cannot really deny it. If it is a problem, then you have to solve it. Then you have to do something about it and forget about this. And hopefully, next lesson will be totally different. We really don't know. So I think everything is just interesting. I realize that for me, it's interesting to live. So I'm curious about the world. So you wake up in the morning and you don't know what the day is going to bring. And it's interesting to discover. Good or bad. It could be anything at all in the world.
Yes.
That is the thing. It's interesting feeling. So.
Yes, I agree with you, Anya, that for me, the same life is a gift and a great opportunity to do something special with this.
Yes.
And I'm very curious how can I pronounce this word? Anya, curious? Curious. Yes, and about that, because yes, we live in big cities, and the life in the city is much faster than anywhere in villages and small towns and so on.
World, true.
And I'm very grateful as well for that, for people in my life, for experience that and opportunities that I see here in my life. And you saw some pictures, and we sent messages to each other. You saw that I ran a marathon, and that was my first experience to run so long distance. And I just wanted to achieve that goal, to experience how my mind reacts on this, how my body reacts. And I felt something new, something opened and expand in myself.
True.
Because it's very good life lessons as well. Because when you do achieve that, you can show, you can see some life events. For that. And it's much easier to overcome some challenges and not easy situations, as you mentioned before.
True.
And that's amazing. That's amazing. And my self-confidence, self-esteem grows up. When you achieve goal by goal, you have a lot of challenges. You have some downs, upside downs. But when you achieve, I'm done this. I can do that. Yes, that was 5 hours, but I can do that. And I can do next goals. And when your self-esteem grows, when your confidence grows, you go in your life much more faster and confident.
True. Wow. Absolutely.
And I agree with you, Anya. When you live by your values, by your goals, you feel most of the time happy, grateful, and how did you say joyful?
Joyful. Yeah, you can say that too.
And joyful. And I think that's natural state of mind, to be state of ourself, our life, to be healthy, grateful, and happy. When you don't feel happy, when you don't have peace of mind inside, probably you do or think something wrong. And it's good. That's like indicator.
Yes, absolutely.
Do I do everything right, or no? Do I am I going to do this with my goal and value
Yeah.
together or no? And
Yeah.
that's the key.
Absolutely, yes, because something deep inside really knows what's right and what's not right. Because if you're able to listen to yourself, despite of all the noise around, and like you said, living in a big city, it has a lot of opportunities and lots of great things happen. But at the same time, there's a lot of noise. And if you do not separate what's important from what's not important, then you can get yourself in something totally different. Because just living in a big city doesn't really make you successful. You can be miserable, you can get lost just very easily if you do not have a very clear idea which direction you need to go. And of course, on the way, it's not comfortable. It's not always easy. It takes some effort. It takes conscious because you have to really make choices in life. Yeah. So I was talking to my very good friend. She works in Bloomberg. She's a very successful and amazing person that I admire in my life. And we had a conversation yesterday that she complained to me that her phone just died, and it happens. You know how much, like how everything in life, like whole our life is in the phone, and how much we really depend on it. Like, wow, so when it dies, it's a tragedy. I think it's like, oh my God, you need to be in contact like all the time, and you lose that. And then she said, well, now we have a next like iPhone 7 now, so I need to go to get that, and it will be expensive, but still. And I asked her, like, well, you have a big goal in life. You have to, well, she had a big goal that required, some serious money, like financial resources. And I said, well, buying a new phone right now, is it really the best thing you can do? Or if you just need to be connected with the world, if you just want to make phone calls, if you just want to check your messages and use it for work, do you really need the most expensive phone in the market? Do you want to pay so much money for that? And she was like, not quite. So that really makes a difference sometimes, because but I know it's really nice and cool and beautiful to have the best iPhone now that just came out, but does it really worth like $1,000 or whatever, how much money it costs? Or I would better save this money and I put it towards something that is a lot more valuable, a lot more important in life than to buy like something that you don't necessarily need. So it's just so easy because we have commercial, we have other people around us. They demonstrate with a like lifestyle that you have to live this life to be in to wear most expensive clothes out there and pay a lot of money for that, or to live in the most expensive apartment, because you know that people are renting their apartment and they pay a ridiculous amount of money. Like sometimes in New York you can pay $6,000, $8,000 each month to just live in a luxurious building. You may have the best of the best of the best, like 5-star hotel. They have a swimming pool, you have everything you can possibly imagine, and you can live this luxury life. But then you pay so much money for that, like $8,000 each month. How hard you have to work at the job you might probably hate, and how many hours of your life you can really give to that. And these people, they never have time to travel, to see the world, to rest, to sleep, to really act normally, be happy, and do what they really like to do. But then they get into this, like rat race to work hard. So I can see that. I observe this in the city. So it's not about how you seem successful and happy, not about the image. but about how it feels. And I just realized very rarely, when we talked with you about that, that very rarely I post on Facebook about the places when I go. I used to do that a lot. I used to be all this like glamorous girl in Manhattan, going like all to great places. But then I just like, wow, what do I rather do? To seem this way or to really be? And now I just thought, wow, and this is such a great joy and an excitement to wake up in the morning knowing what a day I have. It's like a dream, and many people are just watching that on television and they cannot imagine, but I really live, and I don't care if everybody knows or not. It's more of I know. I know where I travel, what I do. My friends know. If I need to send photos to people, I just do it directly. So I would just, I will have a friend in my book, and it's like we were talking, how was your day? And actually, you know what? I was like walking the runway in a fashion show and in couture clothes and doing like this and attending like the fashion parties and met all these glamorous people. And here's the photos and all that. And I go, wow. And then everybody is asking me, why it's not on Facebook? Did you put it on Facebook? I'm like, no, no. Because it's my life, it's nobody else's life, and no matter if I have this, like 500 likes to that, it won't make any difference. That's not why I live my life to get that. I live my life to make a difference and to feel good and to have more time to really do what I like to be doing, because putting everything like this publishing, it's a job. It's a job. It's so much energy to just have this lifestyle. So I just decided, so from time to time I can put something. If that will inspire other people, I will put it on Facebook. But I will put like a real text, like a thought, like an idea. I will have something of a value to people. It's not about only check that I've been there. I had this for dinner. I had like this amazing like lobster in the best restaurant in Manhattan. That's it. So why anybody need to know that, what you were having for dinner? And like this is just like all this advertising of your life. Like, but what else do you do with your life? Do you really make a difference in the world? How many people did you make happy? Maybe if you paid a lot of money, maybe you made happy the owner of this restaurant, which is also maybe good if you there. Maybe, but you can do more. And these amazing and wonderful things in life, they just kind of naturally come and go. These opportunities and things like, wow, just amazing. You're just like, I'm gladly accepting all this, that it's happening in my life, but it's not the reason why I live where I live and do what I do. That's it. Just simple.
Yeah, that's good, Anya. And I understand that I've started a new period in my own life where I rediscover myself. I remember a year ago I tried to post everything in Facebook and Instagram. Now it's getting down, and I'm glad that it's not what exactly I would like to, but I see that I posted much more less than I used to do that 6 months ago or a year ago. And something changed inside my mind, in my concept of what's right, what's wrong, and what's the value of this post, as you said, what people can have from this idea or from this picture. Right. Or just I'm such a celebrity, or that's good for people. They can inspire. By this idea or that this picture, and that's a new concept of that. Not what can I take, what can I give, as you mentioned before, and that's their key point of life as well. And you know exactly, Anya, when you focus on people, on values you can give to others, to your company, to your city, to your country, to the world, you can have whatever you want to. for
Exactly.
yourself.
Totally.
But some people, I want to take.
Yeah.
Yes, they can, but they on different level, not maybe first level, not second, not third one. And that's amazing kind of. And I think most people have to or should take first step to discover, to grow as a person inside. They can, it's good. It's their experience, their knowledge, their education. They cannot start from third position or 10th position.
True.
They have to grow step by step.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it really does make perfect sense if you know about really connected like with finances. Because if you're getting something, this nice, exciting, glamorous things in life, it's like but you're not really giving anything. It's like it's like you get the loan out of life. Like in Russian would be like kredit, something that you haven't earned yet. So you have to pay later.